As part of the present administration's efforts to curtail the spread of coronavirus COVID-19 ravaging the country and the world at large, Edo State Ministry of Education, in collaboration with Edo Broadcasting Service (EBS) and Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools (Asuss), is organizing a television program for students in senior secondary schools, particularly those writing the West African Senior School Certificate Examination (WASE), the National Examination Council (NECO), and National Business and Technical Examination Board (NAPTEB) for the year 2020 in the months of May, June, and July. The program will be held on EBS television channel every day from 12 noon to 1 p.m. beginning from Monday, April 6, 2020. The subjects selected for these programs are Mondays Mathematics, Tuesdays English Language, Wednesdays Physics, Thursdays Biology, Fridays Geography, Saturdays Civic Education and Economics, and Sunday Chemistry. Parents and guardians are therefore advised to draw the attention of their children or wards to this opportunity during the stay-at-home period.
Good day, viewers at home. We are here again to discuss another topic. Remember that the last time we were here, we discussed civic education. And the topic we discussed that day was HIV/AIDS. We look at the meaning of HIV, we also look at the meaning of AIDS, and the definition of HIV definition of AIDS. We look at the preventive measure, we also look at the causes of AIDS. But today we want to take you on another topic, drug abuse. What is drug abuse? Drug abuse is seen as the use of drugs through self-medication. Using drug without medical prescription. Most often, we can also define drug abuse as the misuse or improper way of using drugs. Another aspect of it is that the use of illicit type of drug or hard drug, like we have marijuana. Marijuana is Indian hemp. The use of morphine, cocaine, and heroin. These are the no drugs, and so many others. Even paracetamol or Fency can as well be misused. When you misuse it, we refer to it as a drug abuse. For example, a doctor will advise you to take 2 tablets. If you now take 4 or 3, you are already abusing that drug. It is not only when you take the hard drugs we just mentioned, the marijuana, the heroin, the cocaine, or the morphine, that you are termed as abusing drug. So many of us in this part of the world will always abuse drug. Because most often, all of us want to be a medical personnel to ourselves. Even when doctors are not recommending, health personnel are not recommending drugs for us, we want to take any drug. All because A use it and it cures his illness. We want to use it. So all these things put together is referred to as drug abuse. So let's look at some of the causes of drug abuse. Some of the causes. What normally leads people to abuse drugs? One is peer group influence. Your mates, oh, my mate is doing it, I want to also try it. Before you know it, you become a drug addict. Oh, my friend is taking this alcohol, for example. Alcohol is also drug in another aspect of it. My friend is taking 5 bottles, he's taking 7 bottles. So I want to also take it. Before you know it, you will now be a drug addict. So we say that one of the causes of drug abuse is peer group influence. Another one is lack of adequate parental care. In this part of the world, parents, especially the father and the mother, they go to work, government work, private work. They leave the children at home. And before you know it, children will want to behave the way they like because there is no parental care. Because of the economy, nobody stays at home. In those days, the woman will stay at home to take care of the children. But today, opposite is the case. The father, just as the father is going to work, the mother is also going to work. They leave the children at the mercy of themselves. So, inadequate parental care can as well lead to drug abuse. Children want to try. Oh, my mother took this when he was feeling ill. So I want to also take it. Even when my mother is not around, my father is not around, let me take it. Another one is curiosity. Curiosity. People want to do it themselves. Oh, how did my father do this thing yesterday? How did my mother do this thing yesterday? So I want to try it. I want to try if this thing will also work. For instance, there are some parents that smoke. That's a cigarette or what have you. When the parents leave the house, the children will want to experiment. Oh, my father did it like this yesterday night. Oh, let me also try it. Curiosity. The way my father hung his leg while doing it, I want to also experiment. Curiosity, they want to know. And because of that, it can be a cause of drug abuse. Another cause of drug abuse is inferiority complex. Inferiority complex. Oh, I'm not doing it the way John is doing it. Oh, why am I like this? I'm in the same class, but John is always doing this. Because of that, I'm sure John told me that what he used to enhance himself is this. Since I cannot perform, I cannot do this, and John will always take this to do the same thing that I want to do, then let me try it. Because you think you are inferior in that aspect, you want to experiment. Inferiority complex can be a factor or a cause of a drug abuse. Another one or another cause is the bad economy, unemployment. When there is no employment, the Englishman says the idle mind is the devil's workshop. Anybody that is engaged may not be prone to abusing a drug. When you are left alone with your mates, peer group, you are susceptible to, abusing a drug. The bad economy, everybody or almost everybody is frustrated. Because of that, people tend to go into drug abuse. Another one is self-medication. From the topic we looked at just now, self-medications, taking drugs without doctors or medical personnel prescribing it for you, we say is a drug abuse. People want to just do it. Oh, I'm not feeling well. Let me just take this. If I take this, I will be well, because Mr. C yesterday told us that when he or she was not feeling well, he took this drug and is now okay. So let me also take it. That is self-medication. We need to look for medical experts to advise us on the type of drug to take at any given time. Another one we are going to look at is desire to enhance performance. Desire to enhance performance. For the footballer, for example, there are so many of them. Musicians, for example, they want to take drugs to enhance their performance. You see some of them shouting, dancing. They can't do it without the use of drug. So some of these things we have just highlighted are the causes of drug abuse. I'm sure you are following, and I'm sure you are also making note from what we are discussing. Briefly, we want to look at attitudes or behaviors of people who are addicted to drugs. How do they behave? Do they behave normally? What are their attitudes? What you can see in them, the attitude towards people, their behaviors towards people and the society at large. Let's look at it. One of them is lawlessness. One of the behaviors of those that are addicted to drugs is lawlessness. These people take laws into their hands. They can even park on the highway and come out and misbehave, making others to be stranded. They don't have recourse to the law of the land. They want to violate every law, no law to them. Every no law to them, they want to violate it. Those are lawlessness. And if you see such behavior, you know that it's a behavior of a person who is addicted to drugs. Because a normal human being will not want to inconvenience the other person, will not want to be lawless in a lawful society. Another attitude or behavior that we can also see with those that are addicted to drugs is here, they neglect obligations to work. Obligation. While at work, they will tell you, me, I can't do what you ask me to do. Meanwhile, it's paid to do or to render such service. We neglection of duties, obligations that is assigned to him or her in his place of work. He is not forced to work, but when he gets to work, he will either dance or sit without doing anything. And when you ask him, please let others do the work, I'm not the only one that is employed. Meanwhile, you are paid to do such service. Neglect every duty or obligation at a workplace. That is another one. And let's look at another attitude. They take risks that are dangerous to themselves. Taking risk is not bad. Taking a risk is not bad. But when you take a risk that is dangerous to yourself or to others, is where we have issue with you. Everybody can take a risk. But when that risk is dangerous to yourself and to others, it means it's not a good risk. So therefore, attitude or behaviors of people who are addicted to drugs, they take risks that are dangerous to their lives. Another attitude is that they put the lives of others at risk or in danger. For example, driving under the influence of alcohol. Imagine somebody who is your driver is already drunk. I don't know where he's going to take you to. He's putting his life in danger and also putting the life of others in danger. So these are behaviors or attitudes of those who are addicted to drugs. Another point we are looking at is that they spend most of their money, their earnings, on drugs. What they earn, what they receive as salary or otherwise, they spend most of the money on drugs, because to them drugs is their food. If they don't take drug, they won't be themselves. And the possibility of taking today and taking tomorrow is always there. After taking today, the urge to continue to take will be there. So every of their savings, their money, their earnings is put into the buying and the use of drugs. Another point we want to also consider is that most drug addicts are prone to criminal activities. Criminal activities. For example, robbery, rape, etc. All the vices you know of. Drug addicts are always prone to robbery and rape and the like. They are always out after enhancing themselves with drugs. They can do anything because they are under the influence of drug or alcohol. Another point to also consider in the attitude is that they are easily aggressive or violent in behavior. Very aggressive. What you will tell, if you want to tell them before you even mention it, they are already up. They won't listen to the final statement. They are always very aggressive. They are also violent. And when they are there in any group, before you know it, they want to jump on top of a table or chairs or anything to tell you that if you don't go out, destruction and crisis will happen. These are people under the influence of drug addicts. Another point or attitude that we can see in the life of drug addicts is hallucination. They hallucinate. Hallucination simply means talking to yourself. You're seeing people. What you are not saying, you are relating it. Oh, what is this? Who is this? Meanwhile, you are not seeing anything. The next person is saying, what is happening, brother or sister? Because boys or men, women, girls, they abuse drugs. Oh, what is happening? Are you not seeing what I'm saying? Some of them will just talk from their mind. Say, what is happening? Say, no, did I say anything? We've seen people like that. They are under the influence of drug abuse. Those are their attitudes. Those are their behaviors of those that abuse drug. The last one here is they always have loss of memory. Tell them to repeat what you said. They will tell you that they just forgotten. Because the drug is working in their system. In their mind, it's working there. So a conflicting ideas is coming into their mind. And because of these conflicts, they hardly, tell you what you've given them. For example, if it's a message, tell them to do this. They will even go and come back and tell you, I forgot, why go? Loss of memory. So it's another attitude or behavior we can see in a drug addict. Let's quickly look at the preventive measures against drug abuse. Preventive measure. Having highlighted one, the definition of drug abuse. We also looked at I'm sure you are not recording. Why do you? All right. In continuation with what we have been discussing, attitude, behaviors of drug addicts, let's quickly look at the preventive measures against drug abuse. Preventive measures against drug abuse. One, access to drugs should be controlled by the agency involved, established to regulate drugs and food. And this agency are NAFDAC and NDLEA. Later, I will tell you the full meaning of NAFDAC and NDLEA. It is their responsibility, their sole responsibility to regulate and control the use of drugs. They should be up to their responsibility. Another preventive measure is that proper family upbringing should be encouraged. Proper family upbringing. It is not enough to give birth and not take care of those children, because at the end of the day, those children will constitute nuisance to the society. So we advocate that proper upbringing of children should be encouraged. Know the numbers of children you can cater for, so that you can take care of them. If every family takes care of their children, nobody will be drug addicts. Another point we are going to consider is that you should be taught moral and religious principles. And you today, most often than not, they want to make money even when the possibility of getting money or making money is not there. Some do not even have job, but they want to ride the best car in town. So, peddling or using of drug can bring all these vices in our society. So therefore, moral instructions, religious principles should be taught. A religious leader should be able to teach the followers, especially the youth, that hard work pays. Should be able to tell the followers that you don't just sleep and expect to get money. One of these principles are inculcated into our youth, they will desist from the use of drug. Another preventive measure that we also have today is that life coping skills should be provided for youth to enable them to deal with challenges. Skills. Today in the part of the world, no young man, no young woman want to learn any handwork. Nobody want to learn trade. Life coping skills, skills that will take you, even when you don't have government paid job, no salary, you should be able to do one thing with your hand to fetch you money. And if you are able to do that, it will discourage the use of drug in most cases. Another preventive measure is that exemplary lifestyles that parents, stroke guardians, and other adults should be encouraged. People that excel with working with their handwork should be encouraged, so that youth will also look at them. And not somebody within 3 months is already having a building, and they have people, even in the church, they give testimony and you see pastor clapping for them. The source of the wealth is not known. So therefore, we should, the lifestyle of people, and when you see young boys and young girls, they want to dress like an African man. The young boy, the young girl want to dress or behave like an American. Especially the bad aspect of dressing and all that. We should be able to tell the young boys and young girls to inculcate the virtues of those who make it, even without doing so many of these vices we see in our society today. Another aspect of it is that celebrities, musicians, actors, actresses, footballers should serve as role models in the forefront of going against drug abuse. People want to imitate, for example, live music, and the type of music you like is the one they jump up and down and all that, haven't taken drugs and all that. But they are good artists, they are good actors, actresses, musicians, and even footballers that have been able to have their own, even without using all these drugs we mentioned. Celebrity should be there because music is a factor in enhancing the young ones. Football, everybody wants to watch football. People should be able to copy those that are playing ball without using drugs. Some of them are banned for life for using drugs. The youth should not imitate them. The celebrities, those who have done music, actors, footballers, who have done all this their job without recourse to drug, should be an example for our youth to follow. Another aspect of it, preventive measure, is that there should be an enactment of laws against drug abuse. Apart from enacting laws, tough sanctions should be against offenders. The government should not handle this with kid gloves. They should come out. Laws are there, but implementing law is always a problem in this part of the world. Implementation. Laws are always there, enactment of laws. But implementing the law, and most often than not, we don't have personnel. Go to the office of NDLA or NAFDAC, you see few persons there, and those persons cannot man the entire nation. So it's an issue. So there should be an enactment and implementation of laws against drug abuse. The other aspect of it is the establishment of drug control agency. It's just like what we said in 7.7. Drug control agency. We have them. In Nigeria, we have two. We have National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. And we also have National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control. These are agencies of government saddled with the responsibility of controlling the use of drugs. They are the agency giving the mandate to control the use of drugs in Nigeria. Others can be established by government. Non-governmental organizations can come into it. so that the fight can be actualized. Another preventing measure is that people should seek medical advice before the use of any drug. Don't just go to pharmacy or chemist store and just demand for drug. Explain to a medical expert. It may not be a doctor. We have nurses, we have health workers all over. Take advice from them. Tell them the real issue. And they should be able to advise you on the type of drug that you should take so that you will not abuse the drug. Another one is the provision of job opportunities and youth empowerment. It's a preventive measure. When youth are employed, when youth are empowered, you see them leaving drug. Somebody that will go to work 7:30, 8, and comes back past 4, will be tired. The urge to take drug will not be there because he will feel tired. So if there's job opportunities and youth are empowered, somebody doing mechanic from morning till night, the pay job can take you 7:30 to 4. But the person in a mechanic workshop or any other shop will stay from 7 o'clock to even 6, 7 when you have job. So therefore, it means that by 7:30 when you get home, you are already tired. You will plan to go to work the following day. So that ought to take drug will not be there. So these are the few preventing measures we try to highlight to measures against drug abuse. I'm sure you are taking some notes at home. It's very important. So briefly, we want to look at the summary of to this teaching. Firstly, we define drug abuse. We told you what drug abuse is. We gave 3 definitions there. And we told you that if you take drug, taking drug without recourse to medical expert, it means you have abused drug. Look at these 3 definitions. The one you can pick. No examiner will expect you to bring the 3 definitions I've given. Take the one that is simple to you, the one you can comprehend. Just take it and write it. The misuse or improper way of using drugs, the use of illicit drug is called drug abuse. So therefore, anytime you get this question, what is drug abuse? Don't even attempt to write the 3 definitions. If you do, you are only wasting your paper and your Bible, because it's one the examiner will mark for you. And the 3 definitions I've given suffice for what the examiner will want you to produce under examination condition. So thereafter, we'll look at some of the causes of drug abuse. We told you that we have peer group influence. We also told you that lack of adequate parental care. We told you that young boys and girls, they are very curious. They want to experiment, especially when their father and their mother is not there. Useful exuberance. Let's try it. Let's do it this way. And this is what is reigning in the society. If you don't take it, you don't belong to the group. Youthful exuberance. Another one we saw is inferiority complex. You want to enhance yourself, or in the name of your friend is doing it better than you are doing. We also looked at unemployment. We look at bad economy. We also look at self-medication. We looked at ignorance. We also look at desire to enhance performance as some of the cases of drug abuse. Thereafter, we looked at attitude, stroke behavior or behaviors. In an exam, they may not just write it, what are the attitude and behavior? No. They either say, what are the attitudes or what are the behaviors? And anytime a question is said, what are the behaviors? Know that it is the attitude they are referring to. And whenever they say attitude, also note that is the behavior they require from you. So, the attitude or behaviors is highlighted here. We have about 9 here, and make good use of it. One will say lawlessness. The second one, they neglect obligations at work. Another one, they take risks that are dangerous to themselves. The fourth one, they put the lives of others in danger. In addendum, we say driving under the influence of alcohol. 5, they spend most of their money on drugs. Anytime they earn, when there's small money, their focus is always on drug, on how to take those drugs. Most drug addicts are prone to criminal activities. You always see them. When there's crisis, you always see, most often, drug addict will always be there. And when there is a problem here, the person they are going to call will always be a drug addict. They are often seen in robbery cases and rape. Most rapists are drug addicts. They use drug to enhance themselves. Another aspect we look at, attitude or behavior, is that they are easily aggressive and violent in behavior. It's their behavior, it's their attitude. Very violent. They don't listen to the other person. And the number 8 here, we said the hallucination. Hallucination, just as I explained before, they talk and listen to object that is not there at all. They ask, what are you seeing? I'm seeing somebody. You didn't see it, brother. You didn't see it. So I'm not seeing anything. Those are hallucinations. They speak from their mind. Those are behaviors associated with drug addicts. They always have loss of memory. They always have loss of memory. Most often, tell them do this before they walk 2 steps. They've forgotten because drug is working in their mind. Lastly, we looked at preventive measures against drug abuse. And we said, firstly, access to hard drug should be controlled by those in authority. It's not for one to have prohibited drugs and you see them in the chemist stores and the pharmacy stores. There should be restriction. Another one is proper family upbringing should be encouraged by everybody. It's not enough to give birth to children that you cannot take care of. It's a preventive measure. The size of a family, for example, you can't expect me to have many children that my salary cannot take care of. You can also look at a very big man that can take care of 10 children, maybe with 3 wives, and I will now look at the person and say, let me copy the person. The size of the family you can take care of, the better for it. It's a preventive measure. Because when there are too many, for example, you are not able to take care of them. You see so many of them, especially the boys, going into drug addiction. So therefore, another issue, preventing measure against drug abuse is that you should be taught moral and religious principles. It's very important. Our ministers, whether in church or in the mosque, should be able to tell the youth, advise them, moral principles, religious principles. But today, most often than not, the youth, they will bring car and call pastor for dedication. The pastor will not ask, where did you get the money from? If moral and religious principles are taught in the church, don't steal, don't do this, don't engage in hard drugs, you will see that our youth will be able to cope with the challenges we have in our society today. Youth, especially students, should be encouraged to join anti-drug campaigns, even in their schools. They should organize it. We have spear club, we have science club, we have jet club. Some of these clubs can also bring in anti-drug. Most often than not, we don't have such clubs in school to organize anti-drug campaigns in schools. It should be the responsibility of the school management to ensure that students are organized into anti-drug groups to conscientize the entire students on the need to run away from drugs. To summarize briefly, in some questions, like NECO, they will ask, what is substance abuse? So they will just say, what is substance? I was not taught in school. Remember, substance abuse is drug abuse. So that you won't confuse yourself. Because WAEC or NECO want to confuse you. And because you were not taught substance abuse, you say, oh, I was not taught this topic. Substance abuse and drug abuse, they are the same thing. So thank you. Until we see ourselves in this platform, stay away from drugs. Thank you.